Okay, finished my traveling for the day. Had to go to the the West Coast. And anyhow, um, gonna go over some setups and continue this discussion and show examples of the AIQ tools, the Algo IQ tools, and talking about reversal pattern signals on the AIQ1 indicator. That's the same indicator that gives us the MOM or the momentum burst signals. So all these indicators, zero recalculating, zero repainting on live or replay data. I don't use repainting indicators in any way, shape, or form with my fully automated systems on my FX institutional trading or on the retail trading with all the various prop accounts. Okay, let's dive in and take a look at today's charts and some key setups that I really like today using the tools. Okay, I'm on my typical what I call left hand and right hand chart when using the AIQ tools, like more or less for somebody that's trading manual discretionary style, can do the same thing automated with third-party tools on NT8 or with automated strategy we have for Quant Tower. This was a key. Remember yesterday we had the big sell-off, then we had a huge institutional ramp came in. Institutional side was pumping zero DTE options buying, uh, regular options buying, baskets of stock, and futures buying, all automated, all in unison. And those are massive momentum moves. It's basically when they come in and put in a low and say that's it for the next day or two and turn around and be buyers. So anyhow, we had that big ramp and then the first pullback after that huge ramp. And that thing was beautiful yesterday. We had our first key pullback, and now this is during U.S. cash session hours, of course. This is U.S. Central Time on the time scale. So leading up to about 11, 10, 11:15 U.S. Central Time, we had that pullback pivot, and they came on with round two. So they had round one, they turned off all the buy programs. Since they're not buyers anymore, retailers and medium-sized players can't hold the market up. Those that were short on the day or short covering, short covering. So when the buying lets off, there's going to be some, the market's going to settle, in other words. So anyhow, we had a nice big linear settle move. Thank you so much. Somebody just brought me something fantastic to eat for lunch. Can't wait. So we had that prominent pivot. I was paying attention to that. I was paying attention to these pivots also at the end of the day. We get a push down, then a little bit of a lower push down, then it totally, rallies hard. So I was paying attention to that area today too. Let me draw that in. Like going into today's action, I knew these were areas I was going to be paying attention to today. And let me get that line or that little support level drawn in. So anyhow, that was that action. And today we had a scrubby open. We do have Chairman Powell, part of the criminal syndicate central banking system. He's basically a puppet with strings run by all the owners of the regional branches. He's going to be talking tomorrow. It's, all a horse and pony show. And he's going to try to justify apparently why we're not lowering interest rates, but that's a whole other video. So anyhow, we came down, we did tag that level and bounce today. And I talk about in many of my videos, levels, levels, levels. I love trades around levels. So bounce right after that. But that one today, when we came down, and I was watching this a little bit too, look at how we opened. So look at what's happening. The market's kind of, it's almost like trying to start what was looking like initially a megaphone pattern, but we had a lower pivot high, came down, but still we came right to that level. And as soon as we came to that level, I saw any sign of, selling strength, which was already weakening, get blasted by institutionals pumping buy program activity. And we launched out of there with conviction. So I was watching that, seeing if we could get to that level. We tagged it, and I was ready to work that. That was a really nice long setup. And I'll show you. I worked two setups today, one long and one short on my manual trading. And but let's go look if I turn on the reversal signals, what that looked like. Now we can see the momentum burst signal in orange, but let's go look at the mom signal, or anyhow, we'll look at the reversal signal. But here was that that same area. So we didn't get quite to the bottom of the bands, but you can see we had all those pivots. It was just like, it was almost like they were sucking in shorts, sucking in shorts, sucking in shorts, and then they just blasted them and came in strong. This was, right after 9 U.S. Central Time. So I like the time of day to be a buyer. And I just like the overall look of things. And the fact that we tagged that key pivot to the T, so that would be like a levels test, and then lift. I was on that on the reversal signal today. I just wanted to get long after I saw that level tag, and we started lifting. So to get the reversal signals on, let's go into the indicator. And sorry, there's probably a lot of background noise, but I'm out and about a lot these days. Got a lot of stuff building on the institutional side. Just talked to a really, really new programmer, really sharp guy that was referred to me that's going to build my Z-score tool. We'll talk about that here in a video I'm going to post up later. I'm going to add something very significant to the Algo IQ program. So if you're already in the program, you're going to get this extra stuff as value add. Okay, up dot color, we'll go cyan. And then up main color, that'll be the vertical lines. That'll be cyan. And remember, you can color these whatever the heck you want. Here we'll go Dodger blue for the dot and the line. Dodger blue. Okay, so let's hit OK, and we'll pull those additional indications up on the chart. Okay, so we tagged the level. I'd been watching that level. We just literally touched it, and anybody at all that was trying to sell on future side just got steamrollered with buy side, and the liquidity came in strong. And there's times when the momentum burst signal will come in very soon to the pivot. That was one of those. So you could see where as we came down, really quick bursts of momentum. That's institutional coming in, and they're basically accumulating long positions. They didn't come in very strong here, but they came in once, and then the second time they came in, they came on and they were even absorbing those that were trying to sell futures. They were steamrolling them and pushed it a bit higher. So that was a beautiful move. But the fact that we tagged that key pivot came right in, and here's the reversal signal. So there would be your entry. There's the top of the bar. There's the vertical line. That's your signal. Stop right at the base of the mom signal as your closest stop. Most recent price pivot is your deepest stop. And if you're using the bracket trade, you're 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1 plus. And if you didn't get out, start getting some blue dots. Those are heads up. You're going to get a reversal. Or you're starting to touch and trade below the AIQ bands. You can see here we stayed above it the whole way. When I see that, I know we're in heavy institutional pump job going on. Same thing on the downside. If they're selling everything, you'll see a gap maintained between the AIQ bands and the indicator and price. So we finally got a multi-bar pullback that started to reverse and rotate the direction of the AIQ bands. We got the dot. So we'd blown above recent pivots. So I'm waiting. Now I have an excuse. And if you didn't get out then in the rotation, then the counter signal right here, you should flatten out any and hold your 3-to-1 reward to risk trade. So I really, really like that, how responsive it was. So we're not using old school lagged indicator garbage here. We're using advanced tools with advanced math. It's very interesting how I was able to build the mom signals and all that we're looking at. That's very unique. The second trade I took that I liked, I only took 2 trades today. I was really busy in the first part of the morning. Right here, we came up in that big run. Market traded lower, and then we pushed and rotated lower. That was a big M pattern. And now the market's stair-stepping lower, big fat M pattern. And there's the Dodger blue reversal indication, the line. Enter here, stop there, 1-to-1, 2-to-1, and then she flipped on you. So I like that one. So I was 2 and done. I could have been done on this trade because I was over daily goal, because I put a 5 lot on that. And then this one, I only put a 3 lot on. So I ended the day around 880 or 90-ish per account on the 150K accounts. So, and then not surprising, we get in the lunchtime period, we settled all the way back, junked around a bit. And, I'm almost always done. Like if I'm still trading and it's 11 a.m. US Central Time, I'm scratching my head usually like, why am I still trading? I should already be done. So anyhow, tomorrow or today's open was scrubby. I kind of thought that was going to happen because tomorrow is going to be the big day with Jackson Hole meeting and the Fed speaking. But again, you can go into the indicator too, and you can crank up the responsiveness rate of these indicators or turn down the responsiveness rate. Like let's say I'm on a 5, let's say I go down to like 10, or let's say a 9. And I'll just show you, let's watch the indicator here. So watch not only the mom signals location, but the reversals. So what'll happen is some of the signals will disappear, but you're kind of lagging, in a sense, the responsiveness of the way that the indicator is reading price. And there you go. So still, not bad entry points, even if you lag things a bit. So there's kind of a good rule of thumb. The higher the time frame you go, you can crank down your sensitivity and make the indicator more responsive. The lower the time frame you go, you can crank up your sensitivity. So if you're going on to a more sensitive time frame and you're going to have more noise of price, and whether you're using range bar, Heikin-Ashi candles, volume bars, tick bar, it doesn't make any difference. The tools work fantastic on every type of bar type there is, practically, range bars. So the lower you go on time frame, you desensitize or tone down the responsiveness of how the unique math is reading the price action. And when you go up in time frame, you sensitize or make the indicator more responsive. So all kinds of adjustability, the Algo IQ bands. Oh, there's another reason that I was working this area price too. Right here, we came up, I was distracted. I would have traded that setup right here, the reversal. I was distracted. So then I saw this lifting. Are we going to get a double top? Are we going to get a little peak above the prior high? And then it keep going. Are we going to roll over? But then when I saw the M pattern, I thought, okay, I'll hit that with lighter position size just to pad up my profits for the day. And then we got the rollover. So it worked out. The open was probably a pain in the ass if you're having to trade that. That was a junk fest. And we get those some days. Don't have a lot of econ news in the morning. And the big thing is the Fed thing tomorrow. And the way the market sold off the prior day before we bounced. There's some apprehension in the market right now until we get some clarity from Powell. So there you have it. Just wanted to show that real quick. If you have any questions, info@gridalgo.com. And the next video I'm going to post up today, I have a video on bar types, just showing how fantastic these indicators work regardless of the bar type you're using. So that'll be on deck next. Watch for that. If you have any questions, let us know, or go to gridalgo.com to look at the current offers available. Actually, we do have a special offer that's available now. It's a 2-platform offer. So if you have any questions about it, just shoot me an email to info@gridalgo.com and I'll let you know what that offer is. Talk to you later. Have a great day.